Um, yeah, I guess this should be back live. What? Why did suddenly my VR stopped working? Fuck my life. Oh, now it's back. Excellent. But streamers, fuck. Hey. Oh. Imagine something actually working. Why is it doing this to me? Hey, yeah, it's back again. Fuck. And the worst thing is that like Streamlabs didn't actually even realize that like Streamlabs was like perfectly fine with with oh, for fuck's sake. Streamlabs was actually perfectly okay and still streaming. It didn't even pick up any error. Why I don't have my... Anyway, it's gonna work as a workaround. Fuck it. Yeah, it's gonna look weird probably. Anyway, anyway, let's go. Let's hope it's fixed.
Low tide pressure, stay clear of the curves.
Didn't this... I don't think you missed much. Okay. Maybe. 256. That's a hard. That's a tough ask. Yep, those were connection problems, I think. I mean, like, Streamlabs didn't even tell me that something was wrong. For me, the Streamlabs was like streaming like it is right now. It's just that no one was answering the chat. And of course, the viewers number that were extremely low anyway, because that's my stream, will be even lower now. Who cares? Whoa. And that's another lap invalidated, I think. Excellent. The spoon was nice. Yep, I am obsessed with Porsches. Perfect, so that lap was A, shit, B, invalidated, C, the fastest one yet. Another one invalidated. Why am I invalidating every fucking single lap? Every single one. Nice one. Hello there. Another shit lap that turned out to be good. Yeah, it was absolutely bad braking because now I'm starting to be in need for that stability. Let's look at timetable. So I can do a 43.6 in the first sector. That was the fastest one yet. Really? Oh, okay. There were others, 43.6s, but it's like 43.6 here. In the middle, I could do a 57.4, and then in last sector there was that amazing 28.7. And if we add it together, we'll get like a 2098. Also, just look at those invalidated laps. There is one valid lap, and two other valid laps that are here are out laps. That's how bad it is. I don't know. I hope so. Like, mate, I told you guys. I was angry about curbs at Alton Park. I was angry about how shit my Cayman was on Kailami. Tonight, you're getting destroyed. You're getting destroyed tonight. Did you see the thumbnail? Also, I just thought that that thumbnail would be funny because I made that. I think it was for last 2 weeks ago. It was Imola, I think, in GT3, and I made a thumbnail making myself suffer at Imola because Porsche at Imola was so bad. And then I used again that thumbnail like twice, making myself suffer at Silverstone and making myself suffer on Bathurst, but today it's making others suffer. Okay, let's see how it handles now. I'm not even pushing, like I'm doing casual laps, so I'm happy with that pace. That's way too deep into the corner. Now here I need to go up to 4th. Why it understeers so much, I don't know. Well, it doesn't understeer, it's just I thought that the changes that I would do would have less substantial impact. Please rain. Oh, if it rains and it's Suzuka and it's a Porsche, you're getting destroyed even more. The only place that you can gain on me is chicane. Maybe DC3 is really intrusive or something. Yeah, especially this one, and with Cayman, because it doesn't like bumps all that much. Well, it doesn't like them at all. Okay, that was, considering the potential of the car, bad lap. It's faster than pole position last season by 2/10. There was an apex somewhere there, like somewhere there to the west. Although I would need a GPS to find it. And invited it up. No, that setup is relying too much on traction control.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Fuck my... I'll do some laps to see that softer suspension, how that works. Didn't you realize, Atta, that we are driving on a green track? No, it's not optimal. No, it's not green, it's optimal. Don't worry. Don't worry. No panic.
fastest lap so far.
Okay. That works. That works better. It's a bit more compliant. I wanted more rotation from that harder rear springs, but it's the compliance and everything is like softer and slower, and it grips on the rear. I mean, I use that on every track, so I know that it should work, and it did. So I mean, I guess we're on to fuel runs because this just works. I'm gonna override that. Actually, I'm gonna add the temperature 25, 33, 44, 33. So I can maybe later share that on Discord so everyone can be, oh, this is probably the alien best setup. I'll be 1 second faster now. That's true. That's true. Okay. No, exactly. You can't see the difference. Therefore, it's green track. It's not optimal at all. You could think that it's optimum written right there, but in fact it's green. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, how better of a lap do you want if it's 209,999? So it's quite decent. It was really good first sector. It was really good mid sector. Although in first sector I did a big mistake and lost a 10th, like an idiot. So it was really good first sector with a 10th there, a really good mid sector, and there was for sure a 10th in last sector. Or where would that be? I guess the chicane with more heat or more speed for the first part. Because we know that you can do 28.8, but that was on like even 28.7. Probably a bit on 130R, a bit everywhere. But that setup was more oversteering overall, so I guess from 130R it can't go that fast, and chicane is always a gamble. Whatever. It was decent lap. It was 209 with 25 air temp. So that's good. Although probably it should be actually low 209s or mid 209s. And I'm just thinking it's fast, but it's not. Who knows? Actually, that may be the case. Then we're fucked. Anyway. So the fuel per lap is like 2.5. And we're gonna do many laps. How many? I don't know, I'm gonna calculate it right now. So 10 seconds. So the lap is 2.16 minutes. Race is 45 minutes divided by 2.16 is 21 laps. So 22 laps with an out lap. 22 times 2.5, it's 55 liters. Which seems about right. Therefore, I'm gonna take 58. It's 55 liters, therefore I'm gonna take 25 liters. No, 58. And for now I'm not gonna change anything here apart from rear bump. Because I don't know why. It may turn out that it's absolutely shit idea. Who knows? And of course I need to reduce camber by 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 1 to 3. Just to reduce the wear just a tiny bit. And also pressures will be different, so I can increase by 1 click on the rear and decrease by 1 click on the front. Because we have fuel on the front, so there's more load on the front tires, and at the same time the balance of the car itself with the fuel Sorry about that. So there will be more fuel in the front, therefore the car's balance will be towards oversteer. No, towards understeer. What am I even saying? Towards understeer. Therefore, the rears are gonna work less. So their pressure is gonna be a bit less. So we need to add more pressure. It's like 1 click or 2 clicks. Sometimes maybe even 3 clicks in the 911, but that thing changes balance a lot more. And also I'm adding only 50 liters, not like 120. So far we did 3 valid laps. That's good. 1, 2, 3. That's great. Okay, I'm gonna restart the session. So I don't have the delta from the out lap. I will restart the fuel per lap calculation, and the temperature is also reset to a bit higher. It's 2534, but ultimately the temperature that's low to the ground is lower, and well, it's lower. So even though the air temperature is the same, I think it changes just a tiny bit as the time goes on, and it's 2 p.m. so the temperature is going lower and lower. Okay, let's see how it's gonna behave.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
Okay, thank you, Gergo. I'll stay away from the curbs. Hello, hello. 157. No, I can't do 157. I can maybe do 257. I can definitely do a 57, but not a 157. Second Degner is so weird again, like every single corner at Kailami, because you're at the top of second gear, but it's too much to downshift. So you want to be in the first gear, but it's an NA and it doesn't have any torque there, and kinda bogs down. But if you downshift, you lose a lot of speed because engine braking, and you have to downshift, so there might be a bit of slippage from the rear wheels, and so on and so on. Too much grip at the front now. I'm doing just an outlap, so I don't know. It shouldn't have too much. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Yes, there is fuel on the front, but just because there's fuel on the front and there's additional load from the mass itself doesn't mean that there's gonna be more grip, because that mass also has its own inertia, and it changes the overall weight balance of the car. So the center of gravity of the car, center of mass, moves forward. So the overall balance of the car is more understeery because center of mass is towards the front. So yes, there is additional load, but it's not like only one additional load. It's additional load that comes from the mass that's in the car, and that mass comes with the inertia, with its inertia, and we need to move that mass. And moving that mass is what changes the balance of the car, not really the load that mass necessarily puts on the tires themselves, like in downwards trajectory. So it's gonna be more understeer, not more oversteer. There's gonna be, well, maybe not more or less grip, because like, what is grip? It's just, you know, a value, but it's hard to define it. It rises and lowers so much, and the balance of the grip around the car is far more important than the ultimate value of the grip, you know? It's like the same with aerodynamics. Like, having just a lot of it won't make the car suddenly be better because there's more of it. It needs to be balanced, so the overall grip of the car is also balanced. Well, yeah, you know, so it's not like only more and more and more. It's also about how it's balanced between side to side, front to rear, how it loads up, how it moves around, how the weight moves around, how grips moves around, how the cars respond to that, and is it drivable? It's not only about the car's performance itself. It's how you can also cope with it.
Well done, mate. That's all best.
'98 is too modern. Come on, it's '95. '98 is way too modern.
Well done, mate. That's all best this time.
Okay, it's overpressured, so I need to lower the pressures. But the times aren't that bad. To a certain extent, yes, but up the hill, you're still fighting the inertia to the side because you're not moving completely up the hill. So it always depends. Like it's just another factor to take into consideration. Like overall, it's gonna stabilize the car. Uh, Believe me, I know what I'm talking about because 911 has a fuel tank on the front, so I know what it does to the car. And overall, it makes the balance overall more towards understeer, but it's not like it changes balance again by a given value. It's just that it does something to the balance of the car, but again, it's just another factor that and another value that changes, right? And another variable that changes that also comes with other variables that surround it. So you're absolutely correct with what you're saying, but like it's not that with fuel on the front on all downhill corners suddenly the car is gonna be understeer, and up the hill suddenly it's gonna gain grip compared to no fuel, which isn't the case. Uh, like what you're saying is correct, but not compared to no fuel at all. Is compared to not having really uphill or downhill. Um, well, the high temps, if you're overheating the tires and they're not in operating temperature, operating temperature, if they're going over pressured because of that, you're gonna be losing maybe the rear if the rears overheat and overpressure and overpressurize themselves. If and if they're gonna wear out, because they are gonna wear out and there's no way to fight it, they're just gonna do that, you're gonna be sliding the rear more and more, and the more you slide it, the more it's gonna happen. That's just how it is. Also, with lower temperatures, there's theoretically less aerodynamic effect, so you may be getting less downforce depending on the car. The rule of thumb is that with lower temperature, even though there's just more aero, the balance overall moves to the front. The aero balance, sorry, like the not to the front. The balance of the car moves towards oversteer. Uh, but I don't know how it is with the Bentley. I don't even remember the last time I've driven it on Barcelona, if ever. So I don't know. What I'm doing there, well, I'm driving like any other race. It's just hotter, so I well reduce the tow as much as possible. But it's again like it's always a compromise. You can try to reduce the tow and camber, but if you're gonna lose more time compared to what you could gain by saving tires, uh, that's a different story. So you could lower the tow, lower the camber. Ride height doesn't really change much unless you feel real instability. Then you can lower it. But if you have real instability in high temperature, that's probably not even a good setup in good temperatures. Usually dampers that are harder generate more heat and make the tires work harder. Dampers that are softer will generate less heat, but it's so marginal that if you have PSI right and the car still oversteers, it's a major balance issue. But if it happens only in very high temperatures, well then maybe that setup, that felt decent on normal temperatures. It's not really that versatile even in those normal temperatures when the tires go off, and in high temperatures they will go off really quickly because they won't be in their optimal temperature range, and they will overheat. But you can't do anything about that. Although that's like seriously, that's really rare. That's really rare to have a car sliding with the rear, especially in high temps. In low temps, it's really common because both the track is losing the both the track is losing temperature and the grip, and overall balance of the car moves to the front, and not to the front again, towards oversteer in lower temperatures. But if you're having troubles with sliding car in high temperatures, well, I mean, just do what you would do with the car that's sliding in all the temperatures. It's not like it's specific for temperature. And again, everything that I'm saying, I'm more kind of ranting, not giving proper advices, because I'm not an expert whatsoever about those things. Yep. Give me a second, guys. Just a second. Oh, hi, James. Yes, that's Aris. That's Aris. That's him. James, what are you doing here? Also, how can you blame my FOV in VR? Nah, he didn't deserve it yet. Hi, Dom. Okay. Dom, how's your preparation for the race? How's the Maserati feeling? So I wanted to change something. I wanted to change brake cooling and lower the PSI. And apart from that, I don't think. Let's just go. The FOV is absolutely excellent, James. Nope, I don't have it on Notion. I should do that because probably there are enough idiots on the internet to use it, right? But I don't have it configured yet. Donate for better internet. Even if you would donate, it wouldn't change anything, to be honest, because I explained it millions of times. There's just nothing available. If there was, it wouldn't be a matter of money. I would just have a better internet already. I'll do that tomorrow, James, because I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow as well. Well, I don't have my own DD unfortunately, even though we have plenty of those in Poland. Donate for a private satellite. Oh fuck. That seems like a reasonable price. Price. I don't know why, but I'm doing that mistake into turn 1 consistently. So I need to fix that in my driving. Okay, cheers, thanks for popping in. What's the time, by the way? It's 19:24, okay. I'm not texting and driving, you see? I'm just reading out messages and I'm speaking. So is that would that be legal if you're speaking through the phone but you have to read messages? Like, which part of texting is illegal? Reading those texts or writing them? Maserati would be amazing here, because the really difficult traction zones, it's just a hairpin and a chicane, and it has amazing aerodynamics, so it just flies through the first sector, and through 130R. That was a terrible exit. Yeah, you should Dom. You should get a good result this race. So yeah, practice a bit, but you know, don't overdo it. 'Cause we all know it's a sin to practice. I don't really drive like a robot, James. I drive like a human.
Fastest lap so far.
If you want to see someone driving on a Guitar Hero controller, you should check UK OG Monkey. He probably plays on Guitar Hero. Oh fuck sake. Like, the car feels good, but I would just like to have that slightly bit more, well, traction. But it's not only like traction, it's maybe more preload. So on throttle it's not, although I don't know. It's like more preload will technically prevent that from doing this thing. But when it happens, it will happen more. I don't know, more tow, less this, more traction control seems like an easy fix. But I don't really want to do that. I'll try more tow. It's a race setup, it needs to be stable. Those are good pressures for GT4s. They say that good pressures for GT4s are between 26
Tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
5 and 27.1, but a lot of people feel like even when they are higher, they're working quite nice. So you can even have like 27.5, although okay, 27.5 is a bit pushing it, but like low 27s, mid 27s work. And it's preventing like weird pressure loss on bumps a bit more, and what else? And of course tires will lose the pressure naturally by themselves, so if you're slightly overpressured at the beginning, then they will naturally drop down to that whatever pressure it will be that it will end up with, but we'll end up with the pressure that will be still in the operating window. But that's only GT4 tires. GT3 tires just lose grip if you go over pressured. Like GT3 tires are super sensitive to pressure changes in like both direction, both when they are under pressured and over pressured. But GT4 tires seem to, like, they still are super sensitive to being under pressured, but if they are over pressured, they kinda still work, and they work really, really well. So if they do, why not use it? It may also be that I'm saying absolute bullshit and it's completely not the case. Who knows? There's no bump stops in GT. I mean, of course, those cars have bump stops, but you can't really adjust them, and depending on the car, of course. In some cars you can, in some you can't. But Cayman doesn't have adjustable bump stops, or at least the range. You can change the stiffness of it, but it never even comes to bump stops unless you jump out from the cliff and you land. Then it maybe hits bump stops. It has quite soft suspension, that setup, so technically the wheel should move a lot, but it doesn't hit bump stops. At least I don't think it is. If it is, wait, did I want that, or did I'm just thinking out loud, do I want to hit, just in case it hits bump stops, which I doubt, do I want to use them or not? Definitely not the front bump stops, but it would be the case with the rear ones. But the only case that I need the rear bump stop to really engage would be when there's really harsh compression, and only then it will do that, because I'm not in control of the range, right? So I would use it if I had the opportunity to be in control. If I was in control of the range, I would do that, because I would set a range that I wanted to engage at, and then I would do rest of the setup around it, right? But because I'm not in control of the range, and that setup is around that setup with really high range, I can't really use it, because when I would like it to rotate, it's not gonna ride those bump stops, and when I don't want it to rotate but be stable, it will. Although I still think that potentially it's not even touching bump stops. Just look at the setup. Like, look where the red line is. It's somewhere there, completely up, and I can't change it. I can change the value of the bump stop. I don't know even why, because you're almost never touching it. Let's actually try 1000 on the rear, which is a lot for this car. Let's try, let's see what's gonna happen. Maybe it actually hits those bump stops and it rides them at moments that I would actually like it to ride on, so who knows? Maybe just the wheel travel is, and suspension travel on the rear is so big that I didn't even expect it to be like that. Oh my god. My English today is so bad. And you know, even if I can't really fine-tune it, when it hits the bump stops on the bump, like on Degner, it may potentially unsettle the car, so why risk it? Yeah. I have absolutely no idea if that bump stops contributes to anything. Well, that was shit. Also, the pressures on the rear are bad. Why am I even looking at those things? I should just drive. Um, I'm just gonna go and see how the car will do in the rain. No, I don't. I'm already in. Because of magic.
Green light, go, go, go.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Ah! The most annoying thing on earth. You do the setup, you go on the track, and you're suddenly like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's optimum, not green. So there's rubber all over the track. And you need to turn that off.
Green light, give it okay.
Oh wow, yeah. There's a corner. Why am I not concentrating? That was just a way to stop. Why am I riding the ABS so hard? Stupid. And just riding the ABS right like an idiot. How am I doing this? Fuck my life. Well, you know, it kind of drives like a car, so I'm not complaining. Look, it has enough power to do donuts. Because it's a grass, it's wet. I can't believe it actually does that. Okay, going back to normal. I'll do some more laps with fuel. Just, I don't know, like, I'm just bored. By the way, why is top chat? It should be live chat. No, Cayman is really good in the wet. Cayman is really nice car in the wet.
Green light. Go, go, go.
I need a minute though, guys. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna do a few more laps on dry with fuel. I don't know, I don't really need to, but why not? So I'm gonna do that. So what is that? Actually, I'm gonna test this. Something like that. For a test. Do I need to change anything? No. Okay. So I'll do a few more laps, and I guess that's gonna be it for today, because well, there's no need to do any more, and I just want a bit of break before the race. I can't just drive round and round and round. Finally, car has a lot of grip because it's not wet. Oh wait, I just realized something. Hello again, then. I wonder if that was better or worse, but worse.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
I felt nice, 10.6 with fuel. That was invalidated. Where did I invalidate it? Maybe on the spoon. Maybe on 30R. Could be. No, not really. So, if anything, where did I do that? Definitely not here. I don't think I did it here. I don't know. I don't know, maybe even I'll do a few laps on low fuel just for the sake of it.
Low tire pressure. Stay away from curbs.
I don't have a PC. That's the secret. Hi Cody, how are you? I did a 57 like you wanted, but unfortunately you missed it. And then I stopped streaming, and then it got deleted, so you won't be able to see it. But Yeah, exactly. I'm playing on the smartphone. No, it's not even a smartphone. That's Nokia. That's a Nokia phone. Maybe next time, Cody. Maybe next time. And then that stupid slide.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Oh, great, invalidated. Okay, but it was invalidated in a weird way, and there was some errors, and it's still the fastest lap of the day, so I'm gonna take it. The car feels nice. that's a fuel for how many laps? I don't even know. I'm gonna be doing probably 2 runs. It's gonna be fast anyway, so there's no need to really care that much. And guys, what the fuck are you doing? Or are you changing tires? Whoa, easy there.
Come on, go, go, go.
Excellent. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. Yeah, Ferrari is Ferrari and Maca. Ferrari and McLaren now are absolute beasts. I mean, Ferrari feels weird, and it is weird to drive, but it has almost unlimited potential. Not unlimited potential, but it's so strong overall. And on many tracks, it's just the fastest, or like in top 2. And for example, that top 2 is always different, you know? I mean, okay, BOP. Sheldon, I don't know. Maybe I'll do some hot laps in the Honda so I can, like, probably people will be looking for those, so that would get a lot of views. So I'll do some hot lap in a Honda, maybe share a Motec or something like that. Well, you say yes, please, but you're expecting me to do well. I don't care. I could post like an absolutely shit lap in super low temps just so the time is nice, and share a Motec from that absolutely shit lap. Imagine the placebo of all those people that are quotes improving. No, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, like Ferrari. Look at those tracks. 2020 calendar. Imola, okay, not the fastest, but really strong. Misano, almost the fastest. Nürburgring, really strong. Zandvoort, I think the fastest. Barcelona, not the fastest, but also in the top. Okay, there are some cars that are faster than that probably. Spa on the top, Paul Ricard on the top, Zolder, Zolder is also top 2, top 3 car. Brands Hatch, fastest car. Monza, among with fastest cars. Hungaroring, fastest car. Silverstone, along with McLaren, fastest car. Alton Park, it struggles a bit, but I'm sure that people will get to work it. Snetterton, recently George Wolfby won RCI Friday. No, RCI Mondays Championship on Snetterton in it. Am I right? Or did he do that in the McLaren? Or maybe that was on Friday, not yesterday? No, sorry, yesterday he won Brands Hatch in the McLaren. But on Friday, I think he won in the Ferrari at Snetterton. So it truly is quite fast there. In Donington, it's not the fastest, but on Donington all the cars are pretty evenly matched. On Mount Panorama, it's really fast and top car. On Kailami, it sucks. But we saw on 24 hour, that Racing Line was still there in top 3, fighting for the podium with it. Laguna Seca. On Laguna Seca, it's still a really fast car. On Suzuka, I don't know how it is on Suzuka, but in many endurance races that we had on Suzuka, there were quite a few Ferrari in the top. And I think that was really long time ago, and probably now it's completely different, but to that very first, like, proper big 12-hour race that happened so long ago, and it was made by Red Line Motorsports, right? Basically what RCI is now, right? And they did Suzuka 12 hours. And there was, if I remember, Ferrari on pole position. Capoccia made it work, and there were a lot of Ferraris that were doing really well in that race. So Ferrari is absolute beast. McLaren, for example, also. Imola, it's one of the fastest, if not the fastest. On Misano, it's surprisingly good. On Nürburgring, it's absolute weapon. On Zandvoort, suddenly it also works. It used to be absolute shit on Zandvoort, but now it's among all those other cars, apart from Bentley and Ferrari, that's substantially quicker than others. On Barcelona, it's one of the fastest cars. On Spa, I don't know about Bob at Spa, but I assume it's also really good. On Paul Ricard, it's almost the fastest. On Zolder, it was always great. I don't know how it is right now. On Brands Hatch, we saw yesterday George won in that car by a fair margin, so it's probably good there. On Monza, it always was quite decent on Monza. On Hungaroring, it always sucked, so I don't know, but apparently it doesn't anymore. Or it's not the fastest, but again, it's really competitive. On Silverstone, it absolutely obliterates everything. On Alton and Snetterton and Donington, it's again like really fast. Maybe on some of those tracks Porsche is faster, but then again it's like second or third fastest car. But the car that's faster than this is not really that competitive on all the other tracks. On Mount Panorama, we saw in an ACR, Baldwin and Murphy were really fast. On Laguna Seca, I don't remember, but it's probably not that bad there. And on Suzuka it's probably decent, but on Kailami it struggles. But on Kailami it probably struggles in similar way that Ferrari struggles. And with the new McLaren, there's just so much potential in it. And McLaren is great car in the wet now. Audi lost a bit in terms of Bob. It's not as fast anymore. But before, Audi was kind of the car that Ferrari or McLaren are now. Like mid-engine car that works if you know how to set it up, because you need to know how to set it up. If you know how to set it up, it's gonna be beast in changeable conditions. And yeah, I have like mixed feelings about Ferrari. It's like it sometimes depends on the track. But all those things are like both really close. So Ferrari and McLaren really stand out, but everything else is really close to it. Believe me, like AMG Evo is really close. We also won AOR in the Bentley. M6 is on some tracks really good, but on some tracks is absolutely shit. So only Niels can drive it. Jaguar, move on. Let's move on. Honda is among those mid-pack cars, but it's not as bad as people think it is. It's just that no one really knows how to drive it, and with that horrific turbo lag, it's so hard to drive. Lambo is like Audi, it lost a bit, but it's still one of top cars. Lexus now is terrible in the rain suddenly. It went from being absolutely OP in the rain, like OP, like not the strongest in the rain, OP in the rain, to being absolutely shit in the rain. So don't know what happened there, but it has some of its strong tracks. But it never intended to be a top car, or at least not looking at results in real life. AMG is a car with loads of potential. We know what Amir can do with that car, and there are a lot of AMG drivers, and that's a good overall car. Nissan, I have little experience with Nissan, but I heard that Nissan is actually good if you know how to drive it. It just that Nissan is again that car that has a lot of, like BMW. It has tracks that it's really good at, and tracks that it sucks on. And 911 is just again with among those almost top cars, but struggles on some tracks so bad that it cannot be a top car like Ferrari or McLaren, or AMG or Bentley, because it has those few tracks that it sucks so much on, like Spa or Imola, or buffers with unexperienced drivers, or without setup, that it's just, or Suzuka even, that it's hard to keep up in the championship overall. But it's still a really good car overall, and BOP is really nicely balanced. Aston Martin is a great overall car. I don't really think that there is like one given track that it's really the fastest on, but it's so consistent overall throughout the calendar, and it's great in changeable conditions, and you can set it up for whatever conditions you want. For endurance races, it feels decent fuel economy. It's just really drivable car and safe to drive. I'm just ranting at that point. Anyway, that's gonna be it, guys. Because I need a break. I'm gonna see how the gold championship is playing out. And yeah. Nah. Anyway, that's gonna be it, guys. So, thanks for watching. That was probably boring as fuck, but that's just the internet. That's how things are. I'm probably stream tomorrow from Kailani in the Porsche because I also want that race to go well. Like I did a lot of driving today, but it wasn't really like preparing like for a proper event. It was just casual driving. I'm a bit tired, so I need to get good sleep today because tomorrow I have a busy day plus that race in the evening, so I want to be ready. Anyway, that's the end of that. Thanks for watching, guys, and probably see you tomorrow if you're gonna even join. So, bye. Good night. And of course, you can check out the race because there's a race coming on twitch.tv/actualvision. But of course, I'm not streaming it from obvious reasons. So go there and goodbye.